Hello. I always get excited when I just press record. I don't know why. I'm acting like I'm talking to someone, but I'm not. Special. So I just wanted to do this to kind of like go on a mini rant. So you know how I said, so I'm in the middle of, so lots of stuff. So I'm in the middle of a video where I'm playing Minecraft horror maps. I was going to try and play all of them one night, but I don't think it's very realistic. Come on. So I'll have a shower and I'll do that, and I'll go back in my dressing gown and do that because my dressing gown's nice and clean and all that. Like when I have a shower is when I wear my dressing gown to keep it clean. And yeah, so I'll be recording in the dressing gown for a third time, so it might look like I'm not changing my clothes, but that Minecraft video will come out after this. So yeah, you know how I said I was talking to someone? Well, that didn't age well. I got rid of him because yeah, it's just where do I start? Every single time, like this is the third time I've talked to someone now. I thought they were the one, and they're not. At this point, I'm just not like. I say it's going to affect me less and less every time I have to get rid of them. Block them basically, but it's probably going to come after this. Maybe in the next few weeks I'm going to miss him a lot and miss having him to just be able to message me and stuff. So yeah, it'll be a bit, and it's probably going to come that wave of missing him, but I think I'm going to do better this time because it's the third time this has happened of not reaching out. The first time I was horrendous, that one guy. Oh my god, I couldn't keep him off in my mind. Second time I was pretty bad, but I ended up reaching out to him, but that time I did it with much more hesitation and was nearly able to not do it. This time I'm going to see how I go, but this guy might be a little bit harder to get over. I'm acting like I'm met them. I haven't even met them. And so, yeah, so basically, he's what he said he was very easygoing, which he was. And the problem was he wasn't looking for a relationship, just like the previous guy said he wasn't. And I think that's something I'm this close to making a TikTok about, like making a public TikTok about. The only reason why I can't is because people that I know, yeah, people that I know, yeah, seeing it, that's my biggest fear. On Hinge, that's one of my prompts, my most irrational fear. Seeing people that I know. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. So yeah, basically, what the problem was on Tinder when I first matched with him, it said new friends, and he basically exclaimed to me that he wasn't looking for a relationship, which fair enough. I still decided to talk to him anyway because he was the only one that talked to me. I got a couple of other matches, otherwise didn't get a single other match at the time. Still haven't gotten a single match on Tinder. And that is because and the matches I did get, sorry, they didn't say a word to me, so I guess they were just looking for matches just for people to message them and have more people in their DMs to make it look like they're popular. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing to talk about. So I'm gonna say his name's Sam. So his name's Sam. He had new friends on his Tinder because he was looking for just friends with benefits. I kind of learned that's what FWB stands for. I've learned that now. I'm learning a lot as I go through this, so I'm learning a lot about myself, what I want, and all that, and how fake people are. I'm learning about that too, and how many people out there are just full of shit. But I'll get to that in a second. So yeah, and so at least he explains that to me, and I think a lot of people that say I'm just going with the flow, blah blah blah, just seeing how I go, and again, that's fair enough, but I think that's like a warning of what's to come, of how they're going to treat me. That's kind of like a little sign saying there's a possibility that if I don't like how the flow of things go, I just won't stop. I won't even bother talking to you, and that's fair enough. But I feel like that's just put there in a way to kind of be an excuse to stop messaging me or to not respond to me in like days. But I'll get to that in a second. And so, you know, he just kept saying he wasn't looking for a relationship, just friends with benefits, and he's talking about how it was the best, you know, like he's done it before, and this guy's 21, he's had a lot of sex. So I wasn't necessarily too pleased about that, but I decided to just not worry about that. At least his experience still teach me some stuff. Obviously I'm a virgin, by the way. Don't see that changing anytime soon by the way I'm going, because I'm back to square one now. And so yeah, he's had multiple boyfriends, and he's had lots of talking stages. He's had a lot of friends with benefits. Apparently he said he was going to go see one actually, and I thought, are you fucking serious? I don't know, I just got a couple of alarm bells going off for this guy. I'll be honest, it wasn't the most entirely, he just didn't seem the most, he did seem like he was very, very open to just having sex with someone that he's friends with, and like, I can just see him doing that. And I know it's bad look, but if that's the vibe I get, well then, you know, so I was very unsure. I wasn't 100% with him, but I just kept going with it. And, you know, there were times where he didn't respond in days, and I thought, you know, he's just busy, you know, fair enough. But that's the problem I'm starting to notice. You're on Tinder because you're on there when you're lonely. But in the end of the day, you're hurting other people like me that are looking for someone special, and that care for you, and that prioritize you. And if you're going to keep saying you're busy, and if you're going to keep being busy and not talk to me once during the day, well then kindly get off the app, because you're hurting people, right? And so, yeah, I'm going off track. If you're so busy, you're going to keep using that as an excuse, and that links to the whole, I'm just going with the flow kind of thing. I guess that doesn't really have much to do with that. It can mean many different things, but he just keeps telling me all the time, I've been so busy, and I just feel like saying, you know what, take your business and go stick it up your ass, and just feel like just telling him that, like, why are you even trying with me then? Why can't you just tell me, look, I'm pretty busy right now, I don't think I have time to be talking to anyone, and I don't want to kind of toy around with you. The only time people like him message me is when they're feeling alone, and then when they're not alone, you don't mean jack shit to them. With me, they're on my mind all the time, because I am alone a lot more. I guess that does play a big part in it, because I'm always alone. Or most of the time I am. I'm not actually, you know, I gotta stop saying that. I'm definitely not always alone. I just think having someone especially in my life is kind of what I'm looking for, and because it actually is what I'm looking for and what I care about. They're on my mind a lot more, and I prioritize them a lot more. Yeah, so it's just a shame he kept using that he was busy as an excuse, and what I'm looking for is almost a relationship, but not exactly one, because a relationship can mean many different things, right? I believe it can mean many different things. Some people see a relationship as a big commitment, and a something where I don't think a relationship is something. This is a controversial opinion of mine, but I don't think a relationship is something that necessarily means you're going to spend your entire life with them. They're going to be your life partner. They're going to be your soulmate. I don't necessarily think a relationship means that, number one. Number two, a relationship in my eyes doesn't need to be this fully committed, absolutely no contact to other people, especially as gay me, other boys. You can have all kinds of guy friends. I couldn't care less. It's about me getting an impression of you to see if you're trustworthy or not. That's what's important to me. And so, yeah, I think the relationship I'm looking for is a lot more less of a committed one, to the point where it's not even a relationship. It's just seeing me as a special someone, having a connection with me. That's literally that's what I say every time. That's what I am saying every time. And I think a lot of people kind of are the same way too, but I think they also use that they're not looking for, they use that they're too busy for a relationship as an excuse to not talk to you. And like I said, like, for example, the Sam guy I was talking about, he was using how he is too busy, and when he is too busy, he doesn't even think of me, have a bar of me and everything. And the thing was as well, it's not like he was never complimenting me or never really interested in talking to me. When he was, it's that thing where when he's alone and feeling lonely, I only existed then. I never existed all the time in his mind. I only existed when he was bored and lonely. I've seen a few videos about it. Where you're someone's, like, you only matter to someone when they need you, and then otherwise they don't care about you in the end. And yeah, it's hard to explain. I don't know the best way to explain it, but you're not really important to someone unless they need you, or they'll only talk to you whenever they're ready, and when they're not interested in talking to you, you don't mean jack shit to them. And I think that's where this Sam guy was at. And so he kept using "I'm too busy" as his excuse, and I'm just so sick and tired of hearing that. It's like, if you're really so busy, you shouldn't be, like, you just should not be hurting other people. That's what I just felt like saying. You should not be doing that and talking to someone. And I get you're looking for friends with benefits. I get you're doing that. But you're still, like, at this point, just tell me you're just looking for sex whenever you want. No, that's not how you say it. Just tell me, at this point, Sam, if you're listening. God. Oh my God. If any of these people that I talk to find out I do this, they'll be laughing their heads off. I feel like saying to him, at this point, if you seriously need to just tell me you just want to meet someone that you find attractive to have sex with here and there, and not really care about them when you're too busy. That's literally, I cannot say that perfect any more perfect. That is the exact vibe I was getting from this guy. That is all he was telling me, but he was trying to play it off as if he cares about me so much. I know he doesn't, and you know how I know? As much as it is kind of a green flag when someone yaps to you about a lot of stuff, and someone who talks to you about a lot of things, and just yaps, basically, yeah, he yapped in his voice notes. If they don't ask much about you, or if they don't, if I just don't get a chance to, I'm not really a person that does that, rambles on in voice notes, but if they don't necessarily ask you much about what you do, which he didn't, then that right there was a sign that he was only there because he found me attractive and for sex. He's not necessarily looking for something a little bit more special, and that is what I'm looking for. And I think that's what it is. In the end, I think that's what it is. We're just not looking for the same thing. And the worst part is, though, I'm getting to it. This weekend, I'm going to start getting a bit worked up talking about it, but I'm going to keep calm. I'm not going to cry myself to sleep about it tonight. I'm going to 100% try not to, right? Because today was the day I blocked him and the weekend's passed. Today's Tuesday. Right? So what happened is literally he didn't say a word to me. As this weekend came up, so during the week, don't know where it was. I think this time last week, I was on a phone call with him, and I'll be honest, there were times where it was a little bit awkward. Is this even fucking? Oh, this isn't even on. Yeah, there was times a bit awkward. The first phone call was awesome, and I'll be honest, yeah, it was a bit awkward. The second phone call, which was last week, and so I'm gonna start getting upset talking about this. Not emotional. I would never cry on camera. Very, very unlikely that's to happen. You never know. I hope I don't get to that point, but anyway. I just gotta talk about this once, man. I'm gonna have to tell this to my psychologist too. Oh boy. Yeah, so because this one hurts, man, but I just know it's just not meant to be. I just can't be waiting around for someone who just doesn't care about me. So yeah, I was on the phone call and he was talking about maybe meeting up. I brought it up, of course. He didn't bring it up. He didn't bring up shit. I was the one that brought it up. I was the one that wanted to call him, be on a phone call with him. I was obviously the first one to bring it up. I've never been asked by someone who I find decently attractive. By the way, like the previous guy I talked to as well, Jared. His name's Jared. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. That's just me chasing, I guess. Phone call, blah, blah, blah. As I was saying, I was the one that asked him to meet up, of course, first. And he said, I'm most likely Sunday, definitely. And so I thought, awesome. I was really, really excited. Like, oh my God, I'm actually going to meet up with someone. This is awesome. Third time's a charm, I thought. Weekend comes. He didn't necessarily say much to me. He wasn't keeping me updated. So Thursday he didn't respond to me. Friday morning he responded to me. He just talked about how he was so tired and had to stay up until 1 a.m. because he was a airline. What is it? What's the job called? I forget. The airline, not a pilot. He works for Qantas. People that go in the planes all the time. He's there because he's got lots of sexual harassment stories and stuff. So unlucky for him, I guess. Yeah, I'm just trying to listen out at the same time, not get pissed off at myself for talking about this. So Saturday he doesn't respond to me. I'm acting like this is such a big story or a big deal. It really isn't in anyone else's eyes, but to me it is. Saturday he doesn't say anything to me. A whole day I was waiting for him to talk to me because apparently he went out drunk and he got a phone call saying he got a promotion. And he told me that before, and I was genuinely happy for him because he told me a couple of weeks earlier he was getting interviewed for a job higher up, and he reckons it's very rare, unlikely he'll get in, but he did get in. Apparently he's crying hysterically and all that kind of stuff. And again, I just thought, good for you. And the whole time, mind you, he didn't even say a bar about meeting up. And this was... when was this? So this was Friday. I think this was Saturday. Was this Saturday morning? But anyway, and then for the rest of the weekend, he didn't respond to me. I sent him a message saying, hey, like, I'm not sure. I sent a message to him Sunday morning saying, hey, wait, no, what did I say? I think it was Sunday morning. I messaged him saying if we could catch up or if I was to catch up. He didn't respond to me at all the whole day. And then that's what tipped me over the rest. Look, I can't even talk about this because I'm just, yeah, I got to stop talking about it, seriously. So yeah, I know it seems like I'm a clingy, desperate cunt that if someone doesn't respond to me in a couple of days, I get upset and I go start having a cry. But you know what? If that's how I'm going to get treated, then why should I even fucking bother dating? Why should I even bother trying? Why should I even bother trying? It's fucking pointless. It just shows where your priorities are. You don't give a fucking shit about me, man. And it was the whole weekend he didn't say anything to me. He told me about how he was so drunk and he's Sunday he's gonna get some rest. And I messaged him saying, can you please tell me if we're even gonna meet up on Sunday? Because I cancelled all my plans on Sunday. Alright, and I didn't really have much plans in the first place, but I was gonna meet up with some cousins and go out. He didn't even say a single word to me Sunday. Monday morning, opens a message, sends me a snap. I opened the snap today because I just left him in the living for a bit because I just thought, you know what, this guy's pissing me off. And if he hasn't said anything in the snap, I've had enough. Open snap, it's just a face snap of him looking up like that. That's it. He didn't even respond to me. And that right there just showed me where the fuck I am in his life. After this little promotion shit, he just showed me where I am in his life. I mean nothing. So you know what? I said, fuck you. I fucking blocked him. That's it. And I don't give a shit if he has my number because he called me on my number. I don't give a shit if he responds to me, which part of me does kind of. Everyone has that. When you have a breakup, you kind of hope they want to message you because it's kind of like they're chasing you and you like that. Any human likes that kind of attention. And if he does, I'll give him the closure. I'll say, hey mate, you don't know where your priorities are. The way you left me on the living on the weekend was pretty rude of you. especially after you got this promotions thing. Clearly I don't really mean shit to you right now, so I'm just gonna let you carry on with your life and be busy, because clearly that's your biggest excuse right now, busy. That's literally it. But he hasn't messaged me yet, and what does that tell you? He didn't give a fuck. I know I might seem like I'm asking him to chase me, but in the end it kind of shows. If he hasn't even messaged me on my number, because I did block him on Snapchat, if he hasn't messaged me on my number, it kind of shows he just doesn't give a fuck. So there you go. And now we're here today, and that was today. I blocked him, so Tuesday, so back to square one. How lovely. Every single time I think they're the one and they're not. It's just such a pain in the ass, honestly. Because the thing is that I can't necessarily be mad. I keep telling myself, don't be mad, because in the end of the day, I have ghosted a few people too. And it might seem like I'm the one that ghosted him because I blocked him. And I was going to give him closure, but I thought, he's not even responding to me, so why should I bother? That's why. If he was messaging me, then I would tell him. If he started messaging me, even responded to me, then I was going to tell him. But he didn't even say anything. He just sent me a snap. He just snapped me. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? And that's it. That's it. I just had enough. You know? I keep telling myself, don't block them, just leave them undelivered, and if they start chasing you, then do that. But I just can't. I can't. It goes against my morals to keep someone that I thought was special, that I thought was special to me, and to just keep them, right? Keep them available. Keep them open to me. You're either talking to me, you're special to me, I'm special to you, or you can piss off. That's it. I just can't go sitting there keeping them like a whore. Like I've always got them ready in my DMs, ready to link up. I just don't do that. I just don't. So call me toxic if I block, but you know what? Sorry, mate, I don't do that. I don't keep you. It just doesn't work like that. If you don't care about me, I don't keep you. That's it. Oh man. And like I said, I will be honest, I have ghosted a few people, so I can't necessarily and it wasn't times where I've talked to them a lot like these three. It was just because either I didn't find them attractive, or you know, same thing, they just weren't giving me enough anyway. They weren't messaging me one bit, so I just thought, I'm gonna try. It's not like they care, so I just blocked them as well. Yeah, it's all about caring and making an effort. If you can't do that, it just tells me you're just not. At the end, you're not even looking for even friends with benefits. Like, you're not even looking for that. You just want to be on a dating app because you can. It's dopamine. It's you go on there whenever you're feeling alone, whenever you're not with your little friends, whenever you're not at work, whenever you're not busy all the time like you claim you are. It's just sad. I can't believe it. When I first ever went on dating apps, I thought, this is gonna be awesome, man. I'm gonna really meet someone, and it's just gonna stop my loneliness. But it's done nothing but fuck it up more. It's really bad. But anyway, I'm gonna have my ice cream. But in other things, I am gonna say, one, I am learning a lot. I'm learning how people are. I'm learning what people are looking for, and that's just attention when they're lonely. All this is happening. I don't necessarily believe everything happens for a reason. I'm not the biggest believer in that. But I'm also not certain, like, this is going to sound very off topic, but I'm not necessarily a religious person, but I do believe that God can tell you stuff. And I'm starting to believe more and more as time goes by, that God is telling me. God is doing all this to me because he's trying to tell me a relationship right now is not what you need. And a relationship can be a distraction. Meeting up with someone can be a distraction. You know, I keep telling myself as well, if they don't care about me and it's just not meant to be, then they're not going to be my soulmate. I also keep telling myself as time goes by, I'm starting to realize it's less and less likely I'm going to meet the one and my first kiss, lose my V, over online dating. because online dating at this point, I've realized how degrading it is and just how shit it is. And yeah, I've just realized that, and I just thought, you know what? I think I should just put myself out there more. Do you want me to tell you guys my desired love story? I'll tell you my desired love story. So, my desired love story is I do lifeguarding this year, which I will. I'm going to do lifeguarding. I'm going to get into surfing in summer. Sort out my contacts, see if I can get waterproof ones. If I can, put them in, start surfing. Otherwise, I'll just have to do surfing without my glasses and not see very well, which can be dangerous, but I want to surf. I want to learn how to surf. And one thing, guys, I'm not doing all this just to meet. The big part of me doing this is not necessarily just to meet someone, but meet new people in general, and because I've wanted to do this for a long time. And I think if I'm going to be around the coast a lot, I need to do this in the end. It's not that I do need to do this, but I want to do this as well. It's a skill, it's a lifestyle, it's another side quest. And you know what they say, the more side quests, not the more, but having a lot of side quests, it is a good thing. Having side quests, I always thought it was bad, and I thought it was weird, and I was different, and I was stuffing myself over. But I'm starting to see a lot of opinions being thrown out saying more side quests are better. And so, yeah, so I'll tell you my desired love story. I become a lifeguard or surfer, anything to do with the beach. Join a lifeguard community, join a surfing learning surfers group. This is something I don't want to get caught saying. You know what happens? I join these groups, and I lock eyes with someone that my heart stops when I see, because they're attractive. And the same thing potentially happens with them. We both lock eyes. And I just want it to be one of those love at first sight moments. But we don't say anything to each other. We just treat each other like we're just meeting new friends, as if we're just two dudes, just as if we're just, yeah, cool man, friends, you know, maybe a friend I might see here and there in the group or in the lifeguard community. And then over time, we get a little bit closer and closer and closer. I win them over. I know I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be winning them over. Trust me. I always say this I always have the better in person thing on Tinder, because I say this all the time. I know I'm better in person. I am. And these losers that I'm blocking because they don't care about me, they will never ever get to see me in person. But anyway, right? I know I'm better in person. It call me delusional, but I just know I am. I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. These losers will all love me in person, but they're never gonna experience that. So tell them to go fuck themselves. Anyway, I'm gonna win this guy over so hard. I'm gonna flirt with him so hard, he's not gonna be able to resist. And this is just a design love stories, and I doubt it's gonna happen. And I'm speaking as if this hasn't happened, or if this is happening. Shut up. Anyway, and then we're gonna eventually hang out, just us two. And I'm gonna say, again, this is just a love story. This is a design love story. Remember that. And I'm gonna say to him, if I can feel it, there's something there, I'm gonna say to him, there's an elephant in the room, or we need to address the elephant in the room. And then, just then, I might make my move. That's my desired love story. And then it goes, boom, it's on. First kiss and everything. Yeah. As long as they're attractive and they've got a good heart, obviously not a cheater, all the usual stuff, but they care about me and I'm special to them. That's all that matters. And that's what Sam said as well, but he's just full of shit. He's just saying that because he thinks I'm attractive. He doesn't actually give a fuck about me. And I've learned that. I've realized that. So yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for today. I've talked a little bit too much, but I've got all that off my chest now, so I'll talk to my psychologist about that. But for now, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna play some Minecraft horror maps. I'm gonna have a shower, get nice and cozy, and play some Minecraft horror maps. But for now, I'll see you in the next digital weekly diary. I was originally going to edit this and put it up, but I've got something I want to show you. Just got back from work and I'm a bit disappointed, but I'll get to that in a minute. It's just non-stop bad emotions at this point. So I got rejected multiple times at a job. No, what am I talking about? I got not rejected. I had a trial shift. At a chicken place not long ago. Said I was unsuccessful. I've applied to so many places, coffee shops and everything. Walk in as well, not online, and all the adults are saying walk-ins are much better. You're guaranteed to get a job if you do multiple walk-ins, and I've done 50 walk-ins. I'm not even joking. I'll tell you where all this is coming from in a second. Done all that. And it disappoints. It makes me sad. It's like it's happening for a reason. It's like I keep telling I'm being delusional. Like I sound like I'm being delusional. It's like God's telling me, don't get a job. Focus on what you're trying to do right now. Focus on being a YouTuber because, well, I hope I make it. But anyway, so I'm guaranteed that I'm gonna get rejected as well. From this interview I got at a retail place close to me, I'm probably going to get a phone call saying that I'm rejected. But that's yet to happen. I guess I shouldn't be negative, but if that does happen, I'm just going to be even more pretty upset. But I'm positive that's going to happen. So yeah, just bad news all the time. I'm still getting underpaid, $18 an hour as an 18-year-old. In Australia, you have to be paid $25 an hour, minimum wage. I'm 18. I'm getting underpaid by my boss. And it's pretty unfair. I've asked for a pay rise last week. I re-asked again. And yeah, one of my co-workers there, she's not happy about it either. And it just makes me sad how the only job I've ever gotten, out of all these jobs I've been close to getting through interviews, even some trial shifts, I've never gotten, and they pay really well, and it pisses me off because I have a cousin who's 1.5 years younger than me. She gets $25 an hour at a coffee shop, and this job that I'm about to talk to you about in a second is $30 an hour, and there's young kids in there working in there, probably 15 years old. They're getting $30 an hour, and I'm getting $18 an hour. And I'm working hard for my money. Yeah, I know this might sound like bullshit, but I genuinely work really hard. I do cleaning. I'm a cleaner at a butcher, basically. That's my job, and I don't get that many hours. But I work with my dad in the mornings, and it's miserable. I hate it. Like, it's seriously taken me this long to get a second job. I'm not getting paid right. But I'll want to show you guys something. So today I applied for a job at a burger joint, and I didn't get a message at all when I first walked in. So I walked in again. Bloke manager wasn't there, they just left, so I walked in again today. I walked in for the second time on Tuesday, and then not on Tuesday, sorry, on the weekend, sorry. And then today I walked in Wednesday before my cleaning job. Just walked in for an interview. The blokes are super down to earth, they dapped me up. Managers, I don't know how old they'd be, but I thought we got along well, everything went as well. I wasn't that nervous during the interview because they kept it casual. They said it was unscripted. And yeah, then I just got a text just now as I finished work saying I'm not successful getting the job at the burger joint. So yeah, $30 an hour, and there's kids in there younger than me getting more money, and it's just unfair. Just don't know what to do. Anyway, yeah, so just had dinner. I didn't even eat because I wasn't very happy. Yeah, I didn't even eat food. Like, I just wasn't hungry because, yeah, disappointed. Like, I can't even get a job. I can't even get a job. I just can't. And this butch job I have, that wasn't even a job I got. That was my mum seeing a sign saying we're hiring, and it just so happened that there wasn't even an interview. I just went in, walked in and started working. And it's a trap because I get paid 15 an hour. Now it's 18 an hour, but I was originally paid 15 an hour. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's it for now. Keep you updated. Sitting in the car park. Just quit my job. Yeah. Boss wasn't happy, but I don't care. Getting underpaid, seeing kids my age, not my age, younger, my age, getting $30 an hour at other jobs, and I'm here getting 18 an hour. Been applying for other jobs this whole time, still haven't got one. So, yeah, I'm out. I've had enough. I'm out. Good morning. Yeah, it's Friday morning. Have today off after I quit my job. So yeah, you watched that video. Thursday, yesterday, I just went in and just said I quit. In the hallway, I did it. Boss walked in because she was on a smoke break, and then yeah, I'm not gonna get into too much detail. I know I should be talking about it to get it off my chest, but I think there's always mixed feelings about getting off my chest is good, but talking about it too much just kind of relives the moment, and it's just not good to do that too much, because I've had to talk about it multiple times to my parents and all that stuff, and you know, I can tell they're not happy, but they're saying they support me, so yeah. So yeah, just walked in and said I quit. I was wearing this exact outfit, grey trackies on that I have on now. Felt like absolute shit last night. Felt like shit on Wednesday night. Like I was bawling my eyes out so badly. It was so bad. But now that it's passed, I always look back on that and just think, damn, I'm really a big sook, you know. This morning just got rejected by a retail job, so was right. I knew I was gonna get rejected. There's no fucking way. It's more of a ladies' job anyway, so yeah. Kind of give up on trying to get a job at this point. Just got to go work with my dad at this point. It's just ridiculous. Like, is it really this hard? And again, just every time I think about it, I just think there's kids out there getting $30 an hour. You know, I always try and be grateful. Getting 30 an hour while I'm getting 18 an hour, suffering, but I quit and I made the right decision. I'm going to keep telling myself that. And I also keep telling myself that people have it way worse out there, so I'm just trying not to break down every single time. I'm just trying to move on, so yeah. My boss wasn't happy, of course. I said, no, I'm not doing a shift today, even though I was rostered on it for today. I'm a casual, so it's not like I'm part-time or anything. You know, but I just told her, I felt like saying lots of things to her. I could tell she was really upset. She was obviously stern with me. She was like, that's really unacceptable. I just kept nodding my head. I couldn't even look at her. I was that upset with myself. I was going to break down, but nah, I kept my composure. And yeah, nah, I wasn't going to do that in front of her, that's for sure. Just start fucking freaking out, thinking, what the hell's wrong with this kid? Who the fuck have I hired? Yeah, but like she kept telling me how her bosses were were on her back about things, but she would never elaborate on it. She just kept saying the same thing. And I have a co-worker there who's older, but she's giving me all the kinds of gossip about the joint, and I'm just thinking, you know what? It just really is not worth it. My mum keeps saying that no job's better than a job is better than no job, but I keep telling her, like, I want to tell her. I've already told this to her, but she just forgets that I'm not going to sit there and be taken advantage of when there's kids out there fucking... I know comparison is bad, but it's just not fair. Why do I have to go through that? It's ridiculous. You know? So I'd rather quit and get taken advantage of. What the fuck? Getting paid $7 under minimum wage? Come on, man. And I'm 18 as well, so it's illegal. Anyway, that's it. So yeah, quit my job. That's all I wanted to say. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. Parents aren't home, so I'm gonna be loud and I'm gonna be energetic with these Minecraft horror maps that I'm about to play. So yeah, roller coaster of emotions. I always say that, but for the past couple of days, seriously, not really looking forward to this weekend. But oh well. Who knows? Yeah, interesting. Well, that's it. Thank you guys. There's.